Good morning.
There it is. I cut it off.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Morning, everybody.
AVNewsCast, the #1 news talk radio program in the Antelope Valley.
All over Time Warner yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And they came out and covered our debate last night.
Oh, that's nice.
Two different segments on the Time Warner News last night.
That
was nice.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We missed you. Yeah, we missed you.
Yeah,
but I'm proud of you. You graduated last night.
I graduated last night.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am. I really am. The debate last night was okay.
Okay.
It was, for me, it's very difficult being up there moderating and listening to the candidates respond to questions and not being able to fire back.
Yeah, that is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you want to engage.
Did they really answer the questions, or were they, doing the big old political hat was on?
65% of the time, the direct answer wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. But each candidate spoke to it. Okay, there's no question about that.
After they said how they grew up in the farm and,
yeah. But no, and I,
right.
No, let me back up. Because 65%, that's not fair. Some candidates didn't talk to it, okay? Didn't talk to the... One of the questions that was submitted, and I really thought it was great, was from a woman. She works fast food. And she said, I make $9 an hour. I take home $1,196 a month. My rent is $850 a month. I have 2 children. I cannot survive on minimum wage.
Great.
Okay? Are you for or against raising the minimum wage?
Oh.
And if you are for raising it, how much? Okay? Because I can't make it. All right? And people talk to that. One candidate mentioned that, there are important things, okay? And what people really need to do is they need to get a better car. Yeah, apparently a car was more important than food.
What?
Yeah.
How? So, what?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I want to know, because I know that there's a candidate or two that does not believe in raising the minimum wage. Did they look in her eye and say no?
Tom Lackey said, here's the thing. I have an issue with this. This is why. Okay, this is the issue. I get what you're saying. The problem that we have, though, is not the fact that it's a $9 an hour job. The problem we have is we need to get you some training so you can step up and get a better job. Okay, you need, you can, which I get.
Entry level.
Which I get. Okay, as an example. Okay, if you're working fast food at McDonald's, just for an example, all right. And you're making $9, $10 an hour, you can't just bump that up to $15 an hour. What you really need to do to help that person go further in life for the rest of their life, they need to do something better. Because a fast food restaurant is an entry-level job.
I totally hear what you're saying, but everybody does not have the capability mentally to do that.
But
everybody doesn't.
But many businesses don't have the dollars.
Many businesses do have the dollars, like Walmart, like Winco. Winco is a great example because they take care of their employees.
Right.
They take care of their employees.
They do. They do.
They don't try to gouge them or reduce their hours so that they can keep their numbers in the black higher and higher and higher.
I know, and
I mean, we still have to be responsible to the society, to our way of living. If we create an environment that people can live off of, then maybe crime will go down. Maybe people won't be so desperate because they're struggling at that McDonald's or they're struggling at that In-N-Out. I think In-N-Out even pays more than McDonald's.
I don't know. I can't talk to that. But, you mentioned crime. Another one of the questions was, the LA County Board of Supervisors wants to build a new prison. They're spending $2 billion.
Yeah, of course, because that's a cash cow. Okay. Don't deal with the issue. Let's just open up more facilities that you could shove people of color in. Because we don't need to lynch you anymore. We don't need to put you in slavery anymore. We can just pick you up and put you in prison.
Well, how come this has to do with people of color?
Because that's what it is, Steve Benson. I don't understand. You've been sitting next to me for almost 2 years. You don't know that yet?
Well, wait, just a second. Hold on, okay? We've had 2 registered sex offenders on our show.
Yes.
All right?
They let them out. Like, that's the thing to do. You mug somebody, be a person of color, you're in for 10 years. You rape somebody and not be a person of color, you're out in 2.
Okay. What I was about to say is...
Am I wrong?
No, I'm not. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, okay? Yeah. And that was one of the... Okay, before I even get to there. So one of the questions was, we've got a problem with crime and this. When one of the candidates said, what we need to do is build more prisons, you got a lot of, whoa.
There was a gasp.
There was booze.
Good.
Okay?
Good. Who said it? Stop it. Who said it?
That was Suzette Martinez.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Good. Because she's reading from her playbook.
Well, here's the thing, okay? But here's the thing. We do have a problem with AB 109. The problem that we have is...
Was JD's comment before or after Suzette's?
JD didn't make it until the last 10 minutes of the debate.
Right? You are kidding me.
Because he had this other thing going on, okay? He didn't make it, okay? Now, here's the thing, though. Let me talk to this prison thing for a minute, okay? Here's the thing. You do a crime, you do the time. The problem that we have is, right now, is you get sentenced for a year, or 2 years, or 4 years. You're out in 8 months. You're out in 4 months.
Yes.
That's a problem, okay? So if you get sentenced for 4 years, you need to keep your ass there for 4 years.
Yeah.
In order to do that, we need more prisons, or we need to contract with private prisons.
Well, listen.
But they need to stay behind bars.
I do hear what you're saying.
Okay.
But before we get all gung-ho about people staying in jail the amount of time that they're sentenced, can we make sure that we are actually prosecuting the correct people and the crime fits the punishment?
They kind of wanted to talk to that last night.
Yeah,
okay?
kind of I do want to talk to that. Because
No,
I don't
did.
want you to open up more prisons to keep people in longer when you're not when the first building that you walk into, their shit's not right.
They said, look, there's an injustice. They talked about
There's
that.
an injustice. You say it like it's a little thing, but it's huge.
No, I know it is. I get that, okay? And one woman talked about that, okay? She brought that up. She said, hey, look, I'm black. We've got a problem, okay?
Yeah, we got a big problem.
Because I end up in court, okay, or we end up in court, we're screwed.
Right.
Okay? It is straight to jail,
right.
Okay? But the white guy, he doesn't have that problem.
Right.
And if you've got money...
You sure not going.
They talked about that a little bit last night, but we ran out of time. And, it was unfortunate because after the debate, for the first hour, then I went open mic, which we did before in 2012, and the line was 20 people deep.
Good.
That had questions,
That's
right?
Great. That's great.
Well, we were running out of time, and after the first 4 people... Well, here's what happened, okay? There were a lot of... Linda Vasquez was there. A lot of her students were there. They took the first 4 places in the line.
And it was done.
And after I got to that, okay, the very next person was, I believe, somebody else, and then Drew Mercy's wife, and a lot of people, okay? Hansley was in the line, a lot of people. Kamal Al-Khatib, the executive director of GCS, and we're using your facility.
Yeah.
He said, hey, we had a deal, okay? The deal is 7 to 7:30, 6 to 7:30.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
So I had to tell everybody,
we got to shut it down.
Come up here and have one-on-one with... They were mad at me, okay? They weren't happy.
Yeah.
They waited in line for a half hour to get their question heard.
Yeah.
They wanted to be able to say it on an open mic.
They can call in any time. We will hold that question.
I know, but they, some of them wanted to call a candidate to task, and they wanted to do it publicly.
Yes.
I did say, when we went open mic, here, if you have a question, that's okay. Don't go on the attack, because I'm not going to like that. But if you have a question, and the line was long.
Yeah.
But they didn't give a chance.
Like they said to us, they had employees that are on the clock that they had to get out of there.
Yeah,
and they couldn't get out of there until.
I get it.
I mean, it's not that we didn't want to. It's not that we didn't want to stifle people's speech.
And to all the employees, Laura, Jesus, Martha, to the staff of GCS, that their day was done at 4:00.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're on personal time. Okay, not on the clock. They were there volunteering.
That's
okay?
awesome.
So yeah, and I really greatly appreciate that.
That's awesome.
That was really great. We made a good connection between the audience and people watching the live stream. We reached about 400 people.
Nice.
which was good.
That's about all that turns out for an election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to. There is another debate. I do want to mention this. Wednesday, 11:30 at the Rancho Vista Golf Course, the Palmdale Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring a debate. All right.
For business owners.
No.
I mean, people go to work, Steve.
I understand it, but if you want to go,
it's for.
Okay.
I'm just saying. This is really just going to be come, have some food.
Okay, I'm just saying that. Okay.
All right.
But I would have liked the debate to go longer.
Wednesday, what time? Wednesday, what?
Wednesday at 11:30. Yeah, Wednesday at 11:30.
I want to go then.
You know what? The next debate that we do, let's do a real debate. I mean, meaning that, you know what? I want to ask questions to specific candidates, and I want to be able to debate back.
That's
Okay.
not. Why are you debating? They debate. You don't debate. The moderator don't debate.
Well, hell.
You interview them, and then you can debate.
It's really hard not being able to engage.
Yeah, no,
okay?
I get it, but you can't.
It is. It's really tough.
But you're so soft anyway.
I wanted to jump in last night.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, there were a couple of times I needed to jump in because I knew what they were saying. They were full of crap.
That's painful.
And so I needed to. But it was great, and I'm really grateful for all the candidates that showed up.
Yeah.
And JD was late because he was the president of the LA County Air Show. And he had a dinner that he was sponsoring for all the volunteers that helped make that go on.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
And
he needed to be, I understand that.
And that date was set before I reached out to him.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
So,
he drove, he schlepped all the way from Fox Field to here, and then had to go right back to Fox Field.
No, I get that.
I appreciate that.
I mean, he does have obligations other than ours.
Yeah, it was cool. How are things, Angelina?
I'm sick.
You're not feeling good? No?
I'm getting worse.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Steve isn't
Not
rolled
only-
around the corner more on that desk than...
Wait for it. Let me just tell you. Not only am I sick physically, I'm so fed up right now because let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. I went to First City Credit Union in Palmdale.
Oh, dear.
And I used their ATM.
Okay.
Is that your bank?
No, because my bank, shame on me, is Citibank. And it's in the Valley. There's no Citibanks out here.
Is that like the only one branch in America?
Citibank?
Yeah, they all over?
No, there's tons of them.
They are?
Yeah.
How come they're not up here?
I don't know. I mean,
There
I
used to
wouldn't
be
have
one.
this problem if there was.
Okay, so you went to a different bank to use their ATM.
Yes, I went to First City Credit Union in Palmdale, right by GameStop. And I put my card in. Everything's good. I needed to go pay for my $160 ear drops for my ear infection.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a big old.
How's that working?
Okay, wait for it.
Okay, all right.
So I complete the transaction, and the machine says to me, dispensary error. And I'm like, wow, that's never happened to me. Let me just go in. Obviously there's something
What do you
wrong
mean?
with their ATM.
It ran out of money?
It didn't dispense money. So I go in. The first woman that I spoke to said, I don't know what's wrong with that machine. Which gives you what? The impression that things like that happens
It's an
often.
issue, yeah.
So I'm looking at her like, I don't know why she's telling me that, but you better go fix it. So she gets her supervisor. They go in the room. They wait for a little bit. They come out. Now, the branch is not big, so obviously I know who the supervisor is. I hear her saying, you need to get the key for the supervisor, but, this whole thing. So the supervisor bypasses me. She goes into her office. The teller goes back to her window, and she's dealing with the next customer. And I'm looking around like, it's bad customer service. You know that I'm here for this because you walked by me, and you go into your office acting like I'm not going to deal with it. She picks up the phone, she calls the teller, and she tells the teller something, and then she hangs up like, you tell her that this is a problem. So that annoyed me, and I went straight to her. And I said, what's going on? Obviously, you were dealing with my issue. You're going to need to file a complaint with your credit card. And I said, why? My credit card didn't deny the transaction. I have an automatic setup on my phone. It's been deducted. I show her the proof. yeah, no, we can see that there was an error, but I just can't issue you money. Are you smoking crack? Because that would be the only reason why you wouldn't be able to. I mean, I didn't say this because I'm respectful. Long story short, she gets Laura Jimenez, which is the regional manager. So I'm thinking, well, she's going to fix this. You're the regional manager. That means that you manage the region, whatever that consists of. So you should know what you're doing. She has no idea what she's doing. I tell her, then she says, well, I'll call your card company and find out what can be done. That's acceptable. I understand. I know that no one did this on purpose. It's just happenstance. This woman understands it's $300. It's not chump change.
No.
What if I was catching a flight? You made the error. That place made the error. It wasn't, I didn't have enough funds.
Right.
Your facility made the error.
Go to the ATM and see that a transaction was started.
Yeah,
sure they
saw it. They saw it, and they saw it was an error.
Oh, then what's the...
Yeah, what is the deal? I don't know. So I go back to the office because she assures me she's going to call me. Well, of course, 9:30, 10:30 comes. I call her. I have somebody in my office. I'm a little peed about it because I'm thinking, well, you already know that you have something to deal with. Why am I considering the person in your office? Mm-hmm. But I'm a person. That person surely doesn't know that I got an issue. Okay, fine. That's reasonable. You have somebody in your office. Deal with that. Give me a call after you're done. Well, now it's 12:30. Well, surely you didn't have that person sitting in your office for 2.5 hours.
This was all going on yesterday morning?
This is all going on yesterday morning. Mm-hmm. So I take the initiative and I call my card myself. And they say, well, that's simple. If they can see that there was an error, all they have to do is cancel the authorization. Ooh, what a concept. We do it all the time at Abadak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You cancel the authorization. The money goes right back in. I'm done. I'll never use your ATM again. It's a done deal. That's not what happened. I called this woman. She's still, I don't know. Let me call, I don't know. Someone said, mind you, that you need to come back in and fill out a form. And I was like, you mean to tell me I'm in your facility and you're going to wait until 2 o'clock in the afternoon to tell me I need to come back in to fill out a form? Yeah, because we need to balance, and we probably balance like once a week. I know you're lying. Oh. No bank balances their ATM once a week.
Right.
Whose head screws off? Now I'm over the top. Now I take to social media. Mm-hmm. And now I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm on all these places. And then she calls me, and she goes, well, I got your complaint.
We're from Facebook?
I don't know where she got it from. Yeah. It's everywhere. And it's going to continue today. Because
this isn't fixed?
It's not fixed, Steve Benson. It's
really?
Not fixed. Their error is not fixed. This is a community credit. Not only is it not fixed, people, and this is what you really need to pay attention to.
That's the whole reason about joining credit unions is this personal service, isn't it? Versus the big impersonal
bank.
But
wait for it.
What?
The ATM is not marked out of service.
Oh. So every other poor schmuck.
Anybody else, any other poor soul can go ahead and it's the luck of the draw, people. Do not use it. Do not use it. It is not fixed. They messed with the wrong one.
That's right.
Because I'm going to be speaking about it every single day.
You got a bullhorn.
No, let me ask you a question. No names, okay?
Oh, I already said her name is Laura Jimenez.
No, okay, that's the only name you get.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We have friends over there. Mm-hmm. Did we reach out there?
I called and I left a message. Yeah. But I probably should have called her before I took to task on social media.
Because now you're a hot potato.
Yeah. So maybe she doesn't want to call me because of that. But I did reach out.
Yeah.
Because I understand things happen. Don't get me wrong, things happen, and I wasn't freaking out. But fix it. It's your responsibility. Your machine had an error.
So now you want $300 plus interest.
You're gonna need to come correct.
And a Target gift card.
Something.
Car wash.
Car wash would be good.
Something.
I'll be good.
That's too bad. If you're First City Credit Union.
No, let's get that right.
First
City Credit Union of Palmdale.
If you happen to be listening, Angelina needs some help.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's terrible.
It's terrible service.
It is. I feel. And what's really worse is, think if you had to have this money, it was for an absolute emergency.
I could have been catching a flight.
something, okay? I mean, whatever it is, okay? Could have been keeping yourself out of jail.
I could have been
something for a child.
been taking the money out to go buy the $160 eardrops for my inner ear infection.
Right.
That
which is now spread.
Which is spread
to the other side.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, so maybe they'll pay for your medical stuff too.
I mean, it's just
terrible. It is. It sucks.
No responsibility.
No. Well, yeah, you probably should have made a direct call to one person before you took to social media.
Well, you know what? I was
like,
really
uh-oh,
listen.
I'm out of town.
I'm an articulate, level-headed person, I believe, and I know that things happen, and I know that it's not directly your fault. But first of all, speak to me with some sense. Don't say, "Oh, I don't know what happened to that machine again." Don't give me that impression. Don't make me feel like that thing breaks all the time. Don't go to the machine and finagle with it for a period of time and come back and tell me, "Oh well." Who does that?
Yeah.
Why would that ever be okay?
I'm surprised. It should have been a simple thing. You know what? I get it. We deducted the money from your account. We didn't give you the money. Here's the money.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's probably simpler than canceling an authorization.
I would think.
Right. And they have to balance their books at the end of the night.
Yes.
So
now,
they know that they're
how do
in
I
the
know
plus
that the next
$300.
person comes to the ATM to take out $200, the thing doesn't give them $320?
You don't. They do.
Yeah, they do.
And they reconcile at the end
And
of
they
every night.
reconcile at the end of every night.
Or first thing in the morning before they open.
It's a bank. Yeah.
Okay. Well, call over there this morning.
You think
Maybe.
I'm not?
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was going on until 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, because I was like, things happen.
But then I could see you were flipping out.
Because I was trying to hold it in tight.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I'm thinking maybe I'm not hearing her because my ears are infected. Like, what? You didn't fix. You don't know. How are you the regional manager and you don't know? You can't have the title manager and tell somebody that you don't know. You can say, let me get that resolved for you. Hold on a minute. That's what you say. Mm-hmm. Then you tell somebody else in the office that you don't know. But you don't have a title of manager and say you don't know.
Agreed. I agree. Because you got to know everything by the time you're manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you have a machine that constantly... I mean, they've resolved it for other people.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Just not you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today they will.
Oh.
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it's going to happen. Okay? I do. In a couple of minutes, we're going to take a break, and then we will call Michael Stein and get him live on the phone. Did you see the story? A couple of roommates go to a Salvation Army store in New York. All right? They pool their money together, and they buy this used couch. All right? They take it home, and it's cool, and they're really happy. All right?
It's a little uncomfortable inside.
It's a little lumpy. The couch is a little bit lumpy. What the heck, So maybe they're going to wash the cushions or see what's going on. So they unzip it, and there's envelopes full of money.
What?
$41,000 stuffed in the seat cushions of this couch.
Wow.
41. So they're all freaking out.
Gets better.
They've got plans of what to do. I'm taking a trip. I'm going around the world. I'm doing this.
They
I'm
bought
buying
it
a car.
legitimately.
But they say, we really should try to find out who this money belongs to.
Uh-huh.
So they're able to trace it back.
They found a bank statement in there.
And they trace it back to a woman, an elderly woman.
91 years old.
How did she get rid of her couch that had money in it?
Her husband was stashing the money.
Oh!
In the couch.
And she had no clue.
She had no clue. She believes, he was doing this and he passed away and never got a chance to tell her, and this was really for her. So they returned the money to the woman.
How sweet.
And for that, she gave the roommates $1,000. Don't you think it should have been more?
It's funny how he went straight to me with the camera.
No, don't you think? You know what?
She's 91, right?
But you know
she
what?
She needs $1,000.
I get it.
I'm saying she should take the $1,000 and.
No, I think she should have given them each, $5,000.
That's fair. She didn't know it was coming.
Because she had zero.
Mm-hmm. But she's 91.
I understand. I like the honesty of the whole story. I think it's really cool.
So did you hear about the boy that found, how much was it, 10 grand? And he reported it to the police, and they went for, the amount of time that they have to, trying to, get the money back, and they didn't find the one who lost the money. And now the boy, since he didn't jump through the right hoops, he doesn't get the money.
What?
Yeah. So there's a nice lesson for you.
Why doesn't he get the money, Jeff?
It wasn't posted in the newspaper. He didn't tape it up to the door on something.
So who gets the money?
Well, I guess the cops.
Jeez.
Goes into the city's general fund.
Yeah.
That's so nasty.
So they can throw in a policeman's ball.
Yeah.
That's just terrible.
We get the good strippers at the policeman's ball this year.
Did you hear of the 34-year-old woman that befriended a lady at a fast food restaurant and told her that she was 16? Her father was abusive. Her mother died. The woman ends up moving her into her home. She's been in high school since October, making great grades as a 16-year-old child. And she's 34.
I saw something like that. What? She's 34 years old.
She's 34
masquerading
years old.
as a 16-year-old.
Yes.
I saw something about that.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't.
I mean...
Yeah.
There's something
to be said about wanting to go back. I mean, I want to go back too, but...
No, not me.
Who... I mean, 16, she made it... I mean, she looked really young, though.
She was 32?
34.
34. Did she look 16?
She looked 16.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Very innocent
I
looking.
saw something about that, and I even saw a picture. She didn't look...
I don't know how she got busted. That's what I really want to know.
What kind of crime? What did she do? What's the crime?
Well, I mean, the crime, you're impersonating a child, and you're putting yourself in a position to affect other children. She could be manipulating them. She could be molesting them, because you're 34.
Impersonating yourself.
Yeah.
Misstating your age.
Yeah.
Well,
my mom still says she's 29.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
What woman does do that?
Well, don't ask me how old I am.
I don't know about that. Jeffrey, when you're ready, we'll take a break.
Alrighty, let me cue it up.
And then we'll get Michael Stein on the line.
All right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. After
Chronic Beats.
I'm J.D. Kennedy, a Marine Corps veteran with 3 deployments to Iraq, and I'm running for State Assembly. I served as Congressman McKeon's Veteran Affairs Representative, and I'm a member of Operation All the Way Home, board member of the Boys and Girls Club, and I'm the president of LA County Air Show. As your Assemblyman, I'll fight to create jobs in our community and keep criminals off our streets. Our problems can be fixed with simple, common sense answers, but we need new leadership in Sacramento. My name is J.D. Kennedy. I fought for you 3 times in Iraq. Vote for me on June 3rd. Send me to Sacramento. I'll fight for you there. Visit my website, kennedyforassembly.com, and follow me on Facebook.
Hello, I'm Tom Lackey, your experienced conservative candidate for the State Assembly in the Tuesday, June 3rd election. As a retired Highway Patrol Sergeant and Antelope Valley resident since 1996, I served as a school board and city council member for 14 years. As your Assembly representative, I'll stand up for our shared values. The record shows I work to solve problems, not create them. With your help on June 3rd, we can break the far-left supermajority in Sacramento and stop the bleeding of our jobs. I'm Tom Lackey, your experienced candidate.
There's a school in Palmdale that's become the talk of the town. It's called the Guidance Charter School, and many parents say it's magical. The Guidance Charter School is WASP accredited, scored 783 in academic performance, and has an educational curriculum that exceeds the state of California standards. The curriculum is enriched through age-appropriate exposure to information technology, arts, foreign language such as Arabic, and physical education. The Guidance Charter School has a winning CIF sports program with soccer, basketball, cross-country, volleyball, swimming, cheerleading, and more. An open enrollment, free tuition school, publicly funded. They've been in business for 12 years and are fully approved by the Palmdale School District. The Guidance Charter School has small classroom environment, 20 students in grades K through 3, 25 students in grades 4 through 8, and no more than 30 students in grades 9 through 12. Call the Guidance Charter School in Palmdale at 661-285-1600. That's the Guidance Charter School in Palmdale at 661-285-1600. And check out their website at thegcs.org. A better high school choice.
Antelope Valley residents, this is Assistant Sheriff James Helmold seeking your vote for sheriff. As a 25-year veteran of the department, I'm not a politician, I'm a crime fighter committed to keeping our neighborhood safe. I will ensure your sheriff's department is responsive to the Antelope Valley, not a one-size-fits-all approach from downtown Los Angeles. Let's also expand community involvement and youth outreach to ensure future success. I'm proud to be endorsed by both mayors and councils, local churches, and community groups. This is your sheriff's department. Please vote James Helmold for sheriff.
This is Palmdale Mayor Jim Ledford, and we have a great opportunity on June 3rd. We will be electing a new congressman for our valley. I served on the Palmdale City Council with Steve Knight, as well as serving with his father, Pete Knight, and I appreciate their service and belief in our community. Steve is a veteran of the U.S. Army, as well as an 18-year veteran of the LAPD, and I have the highest respect for our vet and law enforcement community. Steve has led by action over his tenure in Sacramento, and no one has authored more legislation for our veterans. As a son of a career Marine, I'm thankful for Steve's commitment to our veterans. Please join Mayor Pro Tem Tom Lackey and I in supporting Steve Knight for Congress.
Hi, I'm J.D. Kennedy, a Marine Corps veteran with 3 deployments to Iraq, and I'm running for...
Chronic Beats.
Welcome back to AVNewsCast.com.
And we're back. Nice to be back.
Yes.
Nice to be back.
Hello?
And who do we have live on the phone? Michael?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
How are things in Texas?
You know, what about Texas?
How are things in Texas?
It's 76 degrees. It's beautiful out, and it's a great time of year to come out. I invite everybody to come out to the country and, be Americana.
I don't know about Texas.
Can we stay with you out there?
He's got the land.
We got a 10-acre ranch with a saloon on the ranch. We could go fishing in the river that surrounds the ranch. We got all kinds of fun-filled activities that you guys can do out here.
Do you have fish in the water there?
Yeah, bass, catfish, and a couple other kinds of fish that I don't know about.
Wow.
Have you fished there, Michael, and cooked that fish?
No, I won't. I don't like touching the actual fish. I just
I feel you.
Something about the way it's slippery and all that. I like to watch people.
You don't like it slippery?
Yeah, no. Even if I wear gloves, I don't want to get the hook in the fish. Who am I to disrupt their day with a big thing in their mouth? And I don't like that kind of social
pressure. Many women feel the same way.
Oh,
hey,
nothing from Steve. Nothing out of Steve on that one.
Let's segue into that, because I guess we're waiting next week for Angelina's big dating game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It's my fault that we didn't do it this week. This has been a bitch of a week, okay?
Oh.
Okay. It has.
Yeah,
apparently you did. No FCC, Michael.
No FCC.
I can say it. It's been tough, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been
That's
down...
all right. That's okay. I think that the bachelors and qualified gentlemen listening to Antelope Valley that are driving to work right now, that if they're a good candidate, a good gentleman for Angelina, contact the AV Newscast Facebook page and post your picture and let us know if you're a good candidate.
There you go.
Nice.
I think I'm going to run one of those Facebook sponsored ads. I'm gonna spend some time over the weekend and do that.
I could see you doing that, Steve.
No, I think I am.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun. Yeah. We're going to do that. Well, that's the plan. That's what I'm doing.
I'm ready.
And every day on the air, starting next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, up until next Friday, you're going to let everybody know that it's the Angelina dating game.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, Jeff, you get us some dating game music, Jeff, and we'll be running that every day during the show.
Okay?
There you go.
Johnny.
Now, here's the thing. I heard you talking about the bank, and I got two things to talk about today that'll be advantageous to everybody that's listening to your show.
Okay.
Very simple. Now, when you run a business, you have advantages. The banks want you to go to their bank because you got a lot of transactions going back and forth, and a lot of ways that they can make money.
Right.
And I studied long and hard on what's a really good bank and what gives you the most rewards for your credit cards and who has the best service and who charges the least amount and all that. And believe me when I tell you that the best bank that you can go to is Chase Bank.
Hear, hear. I agree.
And the Chase credit card.
Yeah.
The online, how to operate your banking online is the best. So that's the first thing that, Angelina, that you can do is deep six the bank that you have now and go to Chase Bank.
Yeah, I need to.
And if you want, I'll have a representative from our bank, from the Abidac Bank, Chase Bank account, call you up to make sure you have a smooth transition.
Oh, look at it. Then you'll have a little status.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture in the background?
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
There's something else I wanted to tell you guys. I think we should all do it. I think everybody, the AVNewsCast and Abidac, everybody should do this. I'm wearing it right now. I just did this yesterday because I have a neighbor that does it. And I was talking about it to them, and they made it sound really fun. And this will help. Angelina was saying, well, I want to be able to exercise more, and this will help you eat well and do all the things that lady that you had on the show the other day was talking about.
Yeah.
And it's called the Fitbit. And the Fitbit, that's Fitbit. I'm not making any money off this. I'm saying the Fitbit is basically a little bracelet that you wear on your wrist.
Yeah.
And it basically measures how many steps you do. Now, it's so easy to hook this thing up, and there's like little apps on your cell phone.
Yeah.
It tells you how many calories you had, how many calories you burned, you can record whatever you want, and you can make friends so you can see how many friends have stepped, how many miles or how many steps they've made that day.
Yeah.
And you can compete with them. So, like, if Angelina says, Steve, I walk more than you do, and Steve's like, no way, I walk more than you do, and you guys want to challenge each other, you can look on your app, which records every step as you go along on your and can, like, compare notes and say, oh, I did more steps than you did today, and that makes it competitive, and that'll get you walking.
Yeah.
You know what?
Steve is looking at me.
I'm staring at Angelina because she had. Is it like a black rubber kind of bracelet?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I have the
she had
jawbone.
one. And she didn't follow through with that.
No, it's just that I didn't have any friends that had jawbone. Shut your mouth. I'm talking.
What?
I'll charge myself. But I think it is a great idea, especially when you have more, people that you can compete against. You know what I mean? That constant awareness of steps.
All these little things that she gets,
yeah,
they only last. They just have a lifespan of just a couple of months. Okay, that's going to be the problem with a guy. Home. Okay,
no,
it's very short lifespan.
No, I'm keeping it.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Well,
okay.
I think we should do a contest. Like, I mean, if Jeffrey, walks as much as he drinks, liquid, then he should be really well.
Yeah,
Jeff moving around a lot.
Jeff seems
I
pretty
think
healthy.
we should all get this Fitbit and compare notes, and then get everybody healthy, and encourage your listeners to do the same thing, because this is what it's all about. Hey, look, this is right along the lines with your Obamacare, Angelina.
Oh.
It's basically people have to take care of themselves, so everybody's healthier, so we don't end up spending more money on health insurance.
Well, you get us some product information, get us some pricing and all that stuff, and let's see if we'll do it.
What, the wristbands?
Yeah.
It's really simple. Really simple. You go to Fitbit.com to sign up. You can go to Best Buy and buy a Fitbit for $99. And that's a lot cheaper than any gym that you'll join. And it will force you and encourage you to walk 5 times as much, guaranteed 5 times as much as you do every day.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So I thought you were going to get me one of these Fitbit things.
You could totally do that.
What would give you that association? I'm serious.
That's what I thought. That's what it sounded like.
Wait, I understand that's what you thought. You made that clear. But wait, what made you think that?
I thought you were sponsoring a cool Abadak AV Newscast something. I don't know.
That was good though.
That's what you got from that.
Yeah.
That's what he got.
I did.
Tell you what,
Here we go.
I'll take the challenge. Okay, let's do this. Let's make it more challenging for you, because we've talked about things like this before, Steve, about having you to go to psychologists and stop smoking and all this other stuff. And that,
No, it was a hypnotist. It was a hypnotist, and
Okay.
right, but I never got there.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Let's do this. You buy the Fitbit, you use it for 2 weeks straight, just 2 weeks, every day. It means you just have to wear it. And I will pay you for your Fitbit after the 2 weeks, knowing that you have followed through with your end of the bargain.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, I'll do that.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
There it is.
Jeffrey, you got this
want to be
recorded, right?
You
Oh,
want to
yes.
be interactive with your guys. You want to be interactive with your audience. Why don't you show that and share this with them on the AV Newscast Facebook page, which you could do with Fitbit, and let's challenge each other and let's see who has more steps and who's really following through.
We could totally
with this,
do
so your listeners would get into it too.
I'm just doing it to get a free Fitbit. I'm going to wear it for 2 weeks.
Stop it.
No, I'm going to do it. I am.
Yeah.
I've been talking about
I'm going to
doing
be on
P90.
him like white on rice.
Are you still doing the P90X, Michael?
Yeah, I did. I do it every day. I didn't do it today. I just worked out like I did a short, regular weight workout, but I do it pretty much like 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah, see, I got to get into that. I got to start doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, start with a Fitbit, you know? And we will challenge each other. Steve, do you do a lot of walking every day?
Yeah, a lot of them walking.
You think so?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Who do you think walks more, you or Angelina?
Oh, I do.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, no question about it.
Angelina, do you think that's true?
No, and we can get your Fitbit today.
I'll tell you right now.
Just go get it.
There's no question.
Proof in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. Just
Okay.
go get it, charge it up, be ready to go on Monday.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, and we'll see.
And if you guys join the app and you guys are friends with each other, you could also post your results on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that way you could challenge each other. And now Jeffrey, who do you think walks more, you or Steve?
Well, I don't see him on a normal basis, but I get around pretty good. I'm running to the bathroom every 5 minutes, so that's got to count for something.
I got to do 3 miles a day just in the Abadak warehouse.
What are you talking about? You do 3 miles just to go get your cigarette.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well,
Keeping
there
it
we
real.
go. There we
Okay.
go, guys.
So what? It counts. It
It
counts.
does count. It does count. If he walks outside to go smoke a cigarette, it does count.
It's a couple steps. As soon as I see him lighten up, I'm going for a walk.
That's okay. Fine. I'm going to strap the friggin' thing to my hubcap.
There you go.
There you go, guys. We got a Fitbit contest in 2 weeks.
That'd be fun.
We're going to see who does more. And next week we have the Angelina dating game.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm on that.
In 2 weeks, you guys, I want you to get your Fitbit today, and that's the deal. You got to use your Fitbit,
Yep.
and then Abadak will pay for it.
Okay,
There you go.
I have to go to Best Buy anyway today, so I'll get one of
Go
these
get
things.
it.
All right? Okay. Thanks, Michael.
right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Michael.
All right, have fun.
Okay, have a good one.
Hey, Michael, are you still there?
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot to mention. You know Paul that works in the store?
yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was his first day back. He's been gone since last Friday. They had a baby. They had a baby on Tuesday.
Yeah. He's a daddy.
Oh, wow. Is that a boy or a girl?
A boy.
What's his name?
Noah.
I'm glad you knew.
Noah. That's great. Well, you know, everybody here, let's do this. Everybody that wants to come by and get today for Noah, everybody that comes by the Abadak store and
Mentions
gets,
Noah.
and buys from the store, 10% of all the sales today. If everybody listening, let's see how good your listeners are. 10% of all the sales today are going to go towards Paul and Noah's
New
trust
baby.
fund.
That's
Nice job.
That's really
Nice.
nice.
Nice job.
I mean, how many listeners do you have?
I have no clue right now. I couldn't even tell you.
This is what's going to happen. Abadac's going to give a 10% discount for anybody that walks in the door today, and they're also going to give 10% toward Noah and his trust.
That's nice.
That's really nice. Anybody that's listening, come over to Abadak Outdoors in Palmdale and pick something up, and 10% goes to one of our employees who just had a baby, and that's really nice.
That's really nice.
Thanks, Michael.
Hey, you know what? It's summertime. It's a great time to get canopy, a tent, a tarp, okay? So now's the time to get it. You could save 10%, and 10% is going to be going to a brand new baby boy.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Right on. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you got it.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later, Michael.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's nice. And we already took care of Paul.
Yeah.
Right? We already took care of him. Did you see the story? We don't have to go to a break right now, do we?
No.
Okay, good. Do you see the story about this crazy woman, okay? A transient. Her name is Maria Garrity. She walked in carrying a duffel bag into Walmart in San Jose. Goes into the store, unzips the duffel bag, walks up to the first person, which was a 4-year-old little Asian girl, because she had an issue with Asian people.
She wanted to kill an Asian.
Pulls out a crowbar and just smashes this little 4-year-old right in the head.
No, you're kidding me.
No, I'm telling a true story. True story. Yesterday, up in San Jose. Dad jumps in, and she actually hit the little girl twice. Dad jumps in. She hits Dad. He takes the blow, okay?
Yeah.
They subdue this woman. Police come, take him away. And this woman asks, and she was taken to court. This woman asked the police officers if the little girl was dead. And when they said no, she was upset.
Yeah.
She was angry that she didn't kill this little girl, 4-year-old little girl, that she didn't know. Didn't know. People in Walmart were interviewed. They wanted to rip her head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised she made it out of
I'm
Walmart.
I'm surprised the police got to her. Really. And not just
sick transient, okay, goes in with a crowbar in her duffel bag looking for Asian people. Because she's got an issue with them for whatever reason.
She's got that smirk on her face. You looking at the picture?
Yeah, what a disgusting... Yeah. This is one of the times that the only way I can express my feelings is to just use so many different swear words. And I can't.
How is the baby?
She's in the hospital, non-life-threatening injuries.
Good.
She's going to be okay.
I mean, and this poor child is going to be traumatized the rest of her life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and look at, I mean, I know our viewers can't, well, they kind of could. I mean, I don't know. There's her picture. What a just
piece of shit
scumbag thing. Yeah, I absolutely hate that. Absolutely hate that.
There's nothing to even say about that.
No. I could follow that up with another sick story, and I'm going to because it's Friday.
Yeah.
All right?
I wish I was in Walmart. That's all I...
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have done something with the crowbar.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we would have had a good... It would have been
right
a field day.
It would smell differently than it did when she came in.
Ew, he's always there.
Yeah.
Hillsborough County, Florida. Yesterday found a woman by the name of Julie Schenecker guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder for charges related to a 2011 shooting death of her 2 children.
Stop.
Okay? What happened was Julie Schenecker was driving in the car with her son. Her son's name is Bo. He's 13 years old. They're on their way to a soccer game. While they're driving, and he's looking out the window, she pulls out a gun and kills him. She drives back home, puts him in the house, and he's already dead. Shoots him again. Right in the mouth.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Then,
chick.
Then goes upstairs. Her daughter, 16-year-old daughter by the name of Calix, who's sitting on her office chair doing her computer, shoots her twice in the head. Then wheels her daughter, still in the office chair, into the bedroom. She killed both her children because they were mouthy.
Yeah.
Mouthy. Her husband...
Ooh.
Her husband...
Can you imagine going home to that?
Her husband is United States Army Colonel Parker Schenecker.
Oh, poor thing.
He is overseas in Afghanistan.
Ah.
Okay? Prosecutors argued yesterday that Schenecker intended for her husband to find the children's body when he returned home.
Nice.
She emailed her husband indicating the family was waiting for him.
Ooh.
She got up and made a statement to the judge yesterday.
She's a loon.
She is. And I'm so grateful that they didn't find her insane.
Yes.
Okay? I'm
But
so
she
happy.
is.
I'm so happy for that. The judge yesterday, after listening to her statement, sentenced her to 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus 25 additional years per count.
What state is this?
This is in Florida.
How come they didn't give her the death penalty?
Prosecutors chose not to seek the death penalty. They wanted her to just rot in prison.
'Cause she's
Okay? Right. And by not going for the death penalty, they were able to remove her ability to being able to, call herself a
a
Looney Tune. Yeah.
She is a loon.
She is.
What? And this poor
Terrible.
man.
There's some sick
This
puppies out
poor
there, I'm
man
telling
comes
you.
back home to this,
Yeah.
to his kids, and these kids were good kids.
Yeah, they were good kids.
Good grades. I mean,
Yeah, no, really. They
were good kids.
She was not wired correctly. It was bad.
wow.
It was bad. That was one of the questions at last night's debate was about mental health.
Thank you.
And what should be done to address the issues.
Mm-hmm.
There's a stigma about mental health.
Right.
And does mental health, should it play a role when it comes to gun control?
It should.
All right. The candidates talked to that.
But not
and they all talked about the fact that more needs to be done. But I'm going to say one thing, though.
Right.
I remember 2 years ago when we had Lee Rogers on the show. And this was actually after he lost his campaign 2 years ago. And he said, I think a great idea was to get the medical profession involved.
Yeah.
In, hey, if we have a guy that's 5150, or we have a guy that we believe, he's a patient, and there's something wrong with this guy, we should be able to push a button, hit an app, do something, call the DOJ, and say, hey, if this guy has any guns, he shouldn't have any. Don't let him get one until we further evaluate whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
I think that's a smart thing.
It is a great idea.
Yeah. But nobody talked really to that last night.
No, because somebody has to be a full-on 5150 and kill up a bunch of people before the media will take hold of it, and that will force the politicians to deal with it.
Right. We used to, in this state, up until the time that Ronald Reagan became governor, we used to have mental hospitals.
Yeah.
Okay?
Camarillo had a big one.
Yeah.
Right. And then Governor Reagan got rid of that.
Yeah, why? Because they're better homeless on the streets?
Now, just know that it wasn't just Ronald Reagan. The ACLU, for the one time they ever worked together, the ACLU was as much involved in that.
Well, they need
as
to
Ronald
take
Reagan
that back.
Now, Orange County just passed an ordinance, okay?
Yes.
Allowing a judge to formally sentence someone to a mental hospital.
Good.
Okay?
That should be standard. Because some people need to go.
Right.
And some people need to get help.
Yes.
Okay? And if they don't seek it themselves...
And some people cannot get help to the point where they can be in society.
Right.
And so then they need a different housing.
And if they don't seek the help themselves, it is up to society to help them.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which I think that's a good
Just
thing.
like the foster children.
Right.
If they don't have two viable parents, they're our kids.
Right.
And that's the reality. And either we help raise them now, or they'll be a threat to us later.
Still say,
Right.
I'll say it over and over and over again. Take that train money and put it into mental health. Forget the stupid train. That's billions that they're talking about for a train nobody's going to ride.
Well,
Priority, though.
What's that?
It's going to be priority.
That's another. It's all about this environmentalist nonsense. I was talking with my brother-in-law Gary. We were driving past ABC, and he is the chief architect in the Phoenix area for all the community colleges. And we were talking about those solar panels that they have set up in parking lots all over the place. And he's getting all kinds of blowback from the community about not putting those up in the community colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they did all the financial stuff. They did the research, and you don't break. They can't break even in the foreseeable future. There's no economic benefit to it. And everybody's mad at them for not being green, yet it's that or lose more classes. Kids already can't get the classes they need to get their degrees.
Absolutely.
What is more important, feeling green and warm and fuzzy, or getting these kids out into the workforce with an education?
It is.
Green
It's
nonsense just makes me nuts.
Well, green is important. It's important
Well,
to get to being green, but you got to do it responsibly.
Look
And
at the
with
dust
stuff that
storms
makes
we
sense.
have.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff. It's ridiculous. Don't just do it. Do it if it makes sense, but not just to say, "Look what I'm doing. Look at how great I am. How much I care about the environment."
Mm-hmm.
It's got to make sense.
I get you.
Hey, can I throw one thing in before we go? Because I know we've only got a minute.
Yeah.
Kermit Franklin last night said something, and the statement that he made was, you know what, and this was toward the end of the debate, you're listening to all the candidates, and you've got a lot of Republicans here. You know what, if you send a Republican to Sacramento, he's not going to be able to do anything, because there's a supermajority. Mm-hmm. And in fact, he said anyone that goes to Sacramento, a freshman, he's a fireman on a train. He doesn't get to do anything anyway.
Why would he say that?
He was trying to say, hey, don't vote for any of those guys.
Yeah.
Only vote for me or Steve Fox. But he kind of stepped in it because he said, hey, if you vote for me and I go up there, I can't do anything for you anyway. Okay?
Yeah.
But that made me start thinking. And that's the problem we have in Sacramento, is the fact that you've got the red side and the blue side, and they can't seem to work together. Okay?
Right.
In Congress, though, there's a new act that they have on the floor, and it's H.R. 4632. Mm-hmm. It was introduced by a group of bipartisan representatives. Mm-hmm. All right, people are very upset about it, and it's a very simple bill. If you were elected to Congress, from now on, you have to fly coach.
Nice.
That's it. That's
That's
the
a
whole bill.
problem.
Yep. Congressmen feel, you know what, I'm above you all. Okay? When I fly, I'm going first class.
I mean, let's just get real. You have a couple flights and you can upgrade.
Let's get real. They're flying on our tax dollars.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay? So fly coach. We fly coach.
Wow.
Military flies coach. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Man, I tell
if
you.
someone can go overseas and put their life on the line,
Coach.
and he only gets
and don't
to
even
fly,
have
or
a
she,
ceiling, because I saw that
Okay.
that you guys were in. Doesn't even have a ceiling. You see all the wires.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of scary.
That's scary.
You know what? Very simple bill.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's never going to happen. Never going to
Terrible.
happen.
Terrible.
They're gonna
Yep, they're very upset about that.
inconvenience themselves for
I
our
know.
sake.
I know.
Yeah.
I think we're about out of time.
Yeah, we're out of it.
We are done. Thank you for listening to AV Newscast and making us the #1 news talk radio program in the Antelope Valley. We'll be back on Monday. Have a safe weekend. And there is a DUI check tonight in the Antelope Valley. Be very careful. I'm not going to tell you where.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.